Hey everybody, Brandon Mason here with Eastmans, and today we're going to take another look at yet one more tip and one more feature that onX has in their system. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already done so, and turn on that notification bell and we will send you notifications whenever we launch new content constantly here from our YouTube channel. Now everybody knows about the 3D mapping that onX has and that they've come out with and even made better here recently. And one of the features they added this year on desktop is the 3D Elevation Exaggeration. It exaggerates that topography when you're in the 3D mode so that you can see, especially in those areas where the terrain maybe isn't as drastic as the mountains. Maybe you're hunting more badlandsy type country or more rolling hills country. Sometimes when you're looking at a 3D map, it just doesn't show that the terrain features the way that you need to, or the way that you wish that they would, especially if you've already been there and you've kind of ground truthed it. You go on 3D mapping and it doesn't look anything like it. It looks flat. And so we're going to go ahead and launch our onX application. So I'm showing you right now one of my favorite turkey hunting spots. This is where we like to camp in the springtime when we're turkey hunting. And it's in an area where it's definitely rolling hills and real beautiful country, but on the 3D map it doesn't really do it justice to what it looks like on the ground. So to simplify things, you can see right now on the lower right hand side of my screen I can choose between two-dimensional 2D map or 3D map. But before I do that, so that we can see it a little bit clearer, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my public land layers. So we're going to zoom in a little bit here to this grove of trees. Now on this two-dimensional map you can see it just looks like kind of some flat country with some trees, and it's definitely not. I know for a fact that this is a pretty good sized ridge in here, and this is a series of little rolling hills that goes up to that bigger ridge. And so first let's go ahead and turn on three-dimensional map just to show you what it looks like three-dimensionally. And so you can see the ridge off in the horizon. You can see a little bit of terrain feature here. And when I kind of rotate to a different 3D view, you can see that, you know, there's terrain features there. It's, you know, a little bit of elevation change, but it's not that drastic. It's not as drastic as it really looks in person. And so at the bottom of this little menu, there's a toggle bar or a slider bar that you can start all the way to the left side, which shows what a normal 3D map looks like. And I know from using this feature in the past, I'm going to tilt this just a little bit more so you can see it. And I know that this actually is a closer representation to what that habitat looks like. And so you can obviously see this bigger ridge here. That's easy to tell. But now through this exaggerated relief you can actually see there's undulating hills and terrain going up and down this little edge of this ridge. And that's just one example to show of many that how handy this feature is. And you can really get it crazy. I'll zoom out a little bit. And I know in this area this is pretty much where it needs to be, but I mean you can really make this exaggerated to where it looks almost cartoonish if you want to. And this is also helpful not just in those more rolling hills, flatter areas, but anybody that does any e-scouting knows that when you're hunting the mountains and you're going to go to a new area, for example, I went down to Colorado on a high country mule deer hunt a number of years ago. I e-scouted it. I talked to a lot of people I knew that have hunted the area, that live in the area, and they told me some good areas to hike into, and it was the most extreme elevation gain in the shortest time that I've ever had on a backpack hunt, and it was beautiful. We hiked up to 13,000 feet, but I was not prepared mentally for what I saw when I got there. I thought I was because I used 3D mapping, but there wasn't this exaggeration feature. And so I've always said that whatever it shows on a 3D map, you should probably add about 30% more mentally so that you can be prepared when you get there. And that's exactly what that hunt was. And if I would have had this feature, it would have told me a little bit more. I would have been a little more mentally prepared to go in and to hunt those high country mule deer that I was after. So that's another new tip from onX. And make sure if you're not a member of onX to join. This is just one of many, many features that they come out with, and they're always updating their system to help us all be a little more efficient in the field and make our time count more out there.